Well, if social media is the holy grail, we had to talk about catalyzing social media marketing for improving the customer experience and, of course, building loyalty from therein. Allow me to please welcome Avis Steele, the regional head consumer from Lux Asia, to do the talk. Over to you, Avis.
Good afternoon. My name is Avis Steele. I work for Lux Asia. I'm the regional head of consumer. And today I'm here to talk to you about social media, particularly in how social media helps deliver omnichannel CX, engagement and loyalty. It's a big topic. We've got 15 minutes, so let's get going. So let me tell you a little bit about Lux Asia. Lux Asia is an omnichannel partner to retailers, e-commerce, and across the region. We really work in beauty. So we've got wonderful brands. You can see our brands at the bottom. We work in India across to New Zealand. So Singapore is our backyard. Southeast Asia is where we started, but we're gradually increasing our footprint. And we also work across categories. So we're in luxury, social, and in the context of omnichannel. So social is a key part of the customer experience. Consumers trust social to get information, to follow influencers, and also just to get entertainment. And it's a huge influence on the whole shopping cycle. So no matter where a consumer finds your brand, whether it's online, in store, at an event, or a pop-up, the consumers usually go and look at our social profiles, our social commerce, our live streaming to understand more about our brands and how to use them. So everything needs to work in harmony. Behind all of this, of course, there's a huge amount of complexity. And today I'm not going to talk about the complexity other than to mention that it's here. Social media in itself has many channels, and you need to find the right channel for the right market. But once you add all the retail channels, all the e-com channels and back ends that you need to make this all fit together, you can see that omnichannel marketing is complex, and to get it right takes time, because if you don't, consumers get friction, and friction is a bad thing. So how does this fit into the customer journey? Well, the customer journey is the same. It doesn't matter where you start. It's the same journey that we all go through when we're making decisions on purchasing and what we would like to watch. So, we go through the classic awareness, consideration, right through to purchase, and then over to advocacy. For us, we realize we don't control consumers in this process. What we have to be is everywhere where the consumers consume information and everywhere where the consumers want to shop. So for us, that means we have to be in marketplaces, own e-com, in boutiques, department stores, chain stores. We have to be everywhere, and we have to offer consistent experience across that funnel. But let's talk specifically social, because social is a very interesting place, and it takes a lot of work to do social right. So I've given you some examples here of the types of things we do across our brands. We have 120 brands, so there's more to come, but I wanted to give you some examples so you could see how to use social. So Yves Rocher, which is French, botanical, rather wonderful brands that we own, they use social very strongly. They use it to inform, to educate, to delight, but also for conversational commerce. So consumers can talk to us across Facebook or WhatsApp or any other, Instagram, you name it, anywhere, and they can then get advice and they can buy. There's also social selling, and social selling is the future. Social selling is where people you trust talk about how to use the products that you've got and then can sell you it. And it's a really interesting new phenomenon that we're getting in Southeast Asia now and across the region, and it's growing. So we're predicting social selling is the future. But we also do more traditional social. So key influencers are also part of the social spectrum, and we often seed information and products out to key influencers so they can talk to their followers, because people trust key influencers more than they sometimes trust brands. We trust people When we look at new brands, we combine social activations with retail and with marcoms and PR, because the more that consumers see in the ecosystem, the more they trust. So when we have new innovations, we use social to inform consumers and to help them understand why they would want these products. And as COVID's hit us, what we've seen is huge levels of digital adoption, even faster than before. And we've used our talent to champion social selling. And they do some remarkable live streaming and events and virtual events, depending on where we are with COVID. And we've also done some fabulous joined up social, where all of our brands take a part in a campaign. So, for example, we've run Travel from Home, where we knew people couldn't travel. So we brought travel to everyone there, and we created a feeling of traveling away from the country you're in, even though you're not. Or we've had Call and Collect, where you can just come in and you can, get the information, get what you want and get out the store quick, because lots of people don't want to linger. So people are a really key trend for us in social. It's not just organic posts and paid posts finding segments. It's about connections. And the best people to make connections are the people who adore the brands. When we do make those connections, and when key influencers are talking to people, then we can see that we can use technology to actually service people and make sure that service is fabulous, but to also give them the opportunity to buy. And chat and shop and conversational commerce is growing across our region at the moment. We run multi-brand campaigns, and we do partnerships, so brands join together. And particularly social selling is something where we've really seen an improvement. Socially distanced social selling is fun. Consumers love it. It's shop-attainment, and shop-attainment is so important, particularly when people can't go out and are locked in. Everywhere is our home at the moment. But linking social to online purchase is key. Consumers are embracing online. In fact, a lot of our businesses have had huge growth. In Philippines, a huge fragrance market, we've had 12 times the growth. And this comes from marketplaces, good links through to social, but also very passionate staff. And of course, all this links to store, because when you're talking luxury and prestige, being able to see the products in store and being able to experience products is really important to consumers. So throughout a period of lockdown, we are still launching luxury stores so consumers can experience our brands. And going omni means we have to link online and offline across all the channels. And that complexity is where it gets difficult, but it's also where great customer experience and great loyalty is won. Even if you have a product that's got a problem, it's still possible to save consumers by great customer service. And social is a great customer service channel, as well as an education channel and a sales channel. Of course, it's not just social. If we look at Aveda, which is one of our hair care brands, there's a whole load of information that goes through. So of course we do EDM messages, we use countdowns, we talk about the brand, we talk about how it really helps. So for example, our hero SKU for Aveda is Invati, it's anti-hair loss. We also run interesting services. So in the Philippines, you can call us and we'll run out to your car, take your payment and give you the products that you want. So we've had to innovate from offline to online to make sure that consumers get what they need. If we look at one of our other stores, this is Essentials. Essentials is high-end, niche, cult beauty. And we create a luxurious experience across all of the channels. So you'll see that our branding is very similar. No matter where you visit Essentials, there is always a feeling of indulgence. We've also, in times of not being able to come into our store, given our social and our online users the ability to explore the store. So we have virtual stores where you can walk around and you can see what's happening in store, and then you can look at the products online. But let's look behind the scenes, because this is all what customers see. And behind the scenes, there's a whole world of data. And social is a key tool in getting trust for consumers to give us data. So once they've got used to the brand and they're willing to give their data, we then add their purchases, we create automatic journeys and insights, and of course that gives us more money. But collecting data also gives us a social uplift, because in social, we can use that data to create lookalike audiences, find more people who look like these people, or to exclude people when we're looking for something different. And data is key to the whole process. It's not just content, although content is key. Data is key to understanding when to use that content and understanding how people are engaging with that content. So why is data key? Well, it lets us segment customers, it lets us understand where they are, what they're buying, and where they are going to go next. So if we understand preference by age, by store, or by brand, we can then focus. So for example, if we're running paid posts on Facebook or Instagram, we can focus different products to different groups. So our essentials store that I mentioned earlier, younger consumers are acquired by a skincare brand. More mature consumers tend to look at fragrance or home fragrance. And so we can make sure that the products that really appeal to segments are put on our adverts so that people will engage, and it gives us better results. So using data to understand where people are, to personalize the marketing, and to understand how to sell more while creating excitement with the consumers is very important to us. So when we break it down, social is a building block. It's a very important building block, but it fits in with another, a whole range of other strategies. So first of all, we have to think about, as marketeers, how do we use social and all the other fabulous tools available to us? How do we train best practice? How do we get all of our people aligned? What target operating models are we going to run? Where are our people going to sit? How do we learn skills? We have to check our data quality, our deliverability, and there's a whole world of tech that's probably another presentation for another day. We have to look across our data and where we collect it in the boutiques, how we quality check it, do we cleanse it? And when we do, how do we make sure we do that well? And we have to pull analytics and insights to get the right answers. Then there's all the channels and the campaigns. So for us, it's email, it's SMS, it's Line, it's Viber, Facebook, Google, TikTok. The channels are just huge, and we have to find the right channel for the right market. If you use the wrong channel, consumers aren't there. We also rely a lot on automations and making sure we've got segments. We even call our customers. Luxury service can involve calls. And of course, we've got a whole group of people who build our creatives, our campaigns, who run our social and search campaigns and create the analytics and train our people how to use it. So what you can see is that social is important. KOLs are important, particularly when you don't know consumers. They're also important when you do know consumers and you're trying to sell them or customer service. But it's a small part of the entire journey for customers, and alignment of all of this is key. So for anyone who's looking at social, I think the only advice I can give you is you have to do a lot of campaigns, you have to be creative, you have to engage your customers. So look at your metrics, understand how people are engaging, understand when they're clicking. Be sure that the best campaign is always being optimized and any creative that's not working is taken out. And add it as part of a wider campaign. So if we're using a particular creative or particular messages online, make sure that comes out in our offline stores and our staff understand this, but also in our messaging across other channels. So that's a very quick run through on social and how it works in omnichannel. If you have any questions, feel free to link in with me and I'm happy to answer. And I hope that was useful for you today. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. Take care, everyone.
Avis, thank you very, very much for all those insights and perspectives that sort of range in from you. Thanks a lot. And Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say that it is now time for the closing keynote address, and I would just allow you a couple of seconds to just explore in case you haven't done any of the features. I will be right back roping in my final speaker for the day.